What up, YouTube? Guys, as promised, I got my transmission, I got my engine, sleuth of a whole more other parts. And as promised, I said I'd update you guys of where I was at on this. I pulled my dash, I'll start working on that next week. I pulled my front clip, start working on that. It's a quick video just to give you guys an update of what it actually costs to do one of these swaps, or what I have in my swap. Now, keep in mind this is state to state, place to place. I'm in Alabama, I'm close to Birmingham, but I did order my engine from out of state because it was more reasonable to do it that way and it was easier to get it done. Here's a bucket list of things I've purchased and things I have, what I think this have cost me. So I'll just run through this real quick and give you guys an idea. The motor is a 2003 LQ4 with roughly 100,000 miles on it. As you can see, pretty clean motor, good shape. The transmission is a Foil 80 reman with a 2-year warranty. I bought these together as a package for $4,500. I got it from, used to be just Chevy Trucks at lsxview.com, but I think their name now is like Borg Warn. If you look it up on eBay, if you look up anything LSX, they've always got an offer, and they'll do these things as a package deal. My motor did come with the complete ECM and harness, ready to go. I got the fan controls, fuel pump, tack, all that out. I got all that added in. It's the drive-by-wire, so it comes with the pedal and the pedal module. But again, to get that in the motor here and the transmission was $4,500. So far, the things that I have to get this car running is the first list I'm gonna go by. See here, I'll just read off of it. Y'all don't have to look at that. I'll keep y'all in the car. But ordered a fuel pump. There's different options you can do on that. The one I ordered is an in-tank pump made by Holley. It was $383 for a G-body. I ordered the motor mounts. They was $87. They're 1-inch back or a 1/2-inch forward adjustable, and I did that because if you've ever did a G-body, you know that it's pretty tight fit in the back. I got my cross member, which is a universal one for a Foil 80, but it'll work on multiple ones. It was $256. I got a muscle car oil pan. It was $180. And I got a set of manifolds. They're the stock looking kind, but they're for the LS swap to fit in the G-body. They come with the turn down tube and a place to put your O2 sensor. That was $253. I got fuel line, which is A6 line, and a filter. That's about $100 as a set. I bought a trans cooler, which is an external one with a fan. Again, it's got 6 AM fittings on it. It was $135. And I got my radiator hoses. That was $60. Now the motor and just the parts that I know I have to get it in the car and get it running are right at $5,936. And I'm sure I can't wait to see the comments. There's 1,000 of you who can do it cheaper. And the majority of the money comes from the motor and the transmission. Now that's just the stuff to get it in the car. That's not going to actually get it running. That's not going to actually have it going. That's what it's going to take to actually get it in the car. So on top of that, I ordered some performance parts. I've got a Brian Tooley Racing Stage 2 cam. That way I didn't have to do a stall converter. I could use my factory torque converter. It was $349. I got a set of LS6 springs, so I'd have enough, if you know anything about valve float, I shouldn't have to explain that to you guys. That was $82. I bought a trunnion kit. That was $189. I bought a brand new high performance oil pump. It was $90. I bought studs, bolts. They was $92. I bought head bolts. That was $100. And I bought aftermarket push rods. They was about $50. I actually got a Summit engine gasket kit for when we do all that stuff. That was $95. And I got LS7 lifters and trays. That was $205. And I bought a Grand National gas tank. That was $222. All the performance parts together cost me $1,461. Parts I bought for the car, which is irrelevant to the LS swap, but I don't mind telling y'all real quick. I bought a floor pan. I bought the floor pan bracing. The pan was $480. The bracing was $346. That's where you mount your seats, your shifter, and your console to. And as you can see, here's the floor pan. It comes solid and flat. Don't let them trick you. I didn't realize this till it got here. Comes with nothing to mount the seats. My old ones are ruined. You can't see through that window. So I didn't see the point of using those. They're rusty and I had a hard time getting them out. We're not dealing with that. I bought new window motors. I bought new door handles, new window switches, new lock switches, inside door handles. All that stuff together there was $1,035. And so if we round this up, you say I got $6,000 in the LS swap itself. I got $1,500 in doing the actual performance upgrades. And I've got $1,000 in just parts for the car, including the floor pan. I didn't even start on the dash. I didn't add in. I bought all the stuff to fix this cracked dash with. I bought the dash repair kit. I think I got about $100 tied up in it. Got power steering hoses. I got my fuel filter. There's a list of other things, but this will give you a rough estimate. So by my estimates right now, if you want to do the LS swap, set aside at least $5 grand. It's gonna cost me $6, but I believe you could do it for $5. Scout one of these motors out, you know, $1,500 here and there. I give $3,000 for this one and $15 for the transmission chip, but the harness was down, and to me that was an added bonus. Performance parts, you don't have to go as deep as I did. I probably went a little too deep with the gas tank and end tank fuel pump and all that, but I wanted to make sure I wasn't gonna have any issues. So again, that's $1,500. That's $7,500 right there. So you could say equivalently now, without buying the car, I'm at $8,500. As you can see, I hadn't even started on any of it because I'm still working these crazy shifts. Another tidbit: if you get a engine hoist and you're going to pull a motor out of a G-body, the regular size hoist, I think this is a 2-ton hoist, is not long enough, that bar there, to clear there. It may make it 6 or 7 inches past that radiator core support. Don't waste your time. If you're going to do it, there's 2 options here. You can buy a bigger hoist. You can get a longer arm made, but keep in mind, if you get a longer arm made, you're going to have to extend your legs too. Thought about it, but I think I'm going to pass on that. It's going to be more trouble than it's worth. I'm going to take the front header panel, the front bumper, and the complete core support out. And I'm going to push the motor right up in there. There won't be anything in my way. That needs to be took out, clean, painted anyway. I'm going to paint all this stuff that's rusty. I'm going to paint the firewall. I'm going to paint the frame before I put the motor in. I'm going to clean all this up. So with that being said, keep in mind, if you do a G-body swap and you're dealing with a engine hoist like that, it was a nightmare to get that old engine out. You have no idea how much of a nightmare it was to get that old engine out, but we got it. And luckily we didn't bust up the front of the clip, which I was worried about. But to keep that from being an issue the next time, I'm just going to take all that off. I'm not even going to chance it or try it, or it's a given. We're just going to take this off. I can clean all behind there up. I can put my trans cooler in. I can put my new condenser in. I got a new radiator with dual fans coming. I can put that in and clean all that up. I can make sure all the wiring for the lights is good. It'll be an advantage for me to get it off anyway. I can get a lot of things out the way doing that, and I believe I have a lot easier time cleaning all this stuff up. But I said I'd give y'all an update on that and give y'all an idea roughly of what it would cost to do an LS swap. That's what it cost me. I'm pretty sure there's way cheaper ways to do it. I've done one a little cheaper. I've done one a little more expensive. It just depends on what you want and what your end goal is. This is going to be a street performance car. This isn't going to be a race car. This isn't going to be a track car. I didn't want it to be stock. You know, I'm not looking to get no crazy horsepower numbers here with those improvements I made, but it should be a nice little fun daily driver. We'll start on the floor pan. First chance I get, I hadn't made my mind up yet. It's going to be a little difficult to put that whole thing in solid. So what I may do is cut all the spots out of this one that for sure need to be done, but do them all. Do all 4 floor pans, like do behind the driver's seat, behind the passenger, front driver, any other spots I find. Put it up here, trace it out, cut those out, weld it in there. I don't think I'm really going to lose much money doing that. You know, this thing was about $500. If you buy the 4 panels separate, it'll be about $500. So I think I'm going to come right about where I need to be. I'm thinking that's going to be the easiest work, because otherwise you'd have to probably take a door or something off to, I mean, I could cut the other one up and get it out, but I don't think I could get that one in without a whole lot of trouble. I'm not going through all that. I don't see the point. The doors open and close good. I don't really want to mess with that. They're not rusty on the inside of the door jambs. I don't really want to try all that. But again, just a quick update. Once I get started on this, like I said, it'll probably be mid-June before I'm off work. When I do finally get this clip off and clean it up, and I'm gonna start working on the dash on weekends and get it where it needs to be and dyed, I'll probably come back and give you guys another video just to give you an update of where I'm at and what the progress we're making on this. But again, wanted to give you guys an update. I won't run on too much, man. This has been another Big Body Cars video. Y'all have a good one.